I think it's like not a bazaar, but it's like a shop. And I was in there smelling one like.
And the name of the scent is elephant shit.
No, I don't think that's the name of it. I think he just said that's essentially what it came from.
Thomas, what stores you be going to? This nigga Thomas. I watch. I got a feeling I'm gonna go over there and I'm like, yo, y'all got some elephant shit scent, and the dude gonna be, ha 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 ha. Oh, I know. You must know big light skinned man. He come, he say, you know. And I tell him this is elephant shit. He believe me. He leave. Oh, you know him.
Welcome to the TMF podcast, where we have too many feelings. I'm your host T Staples, and I'm joined by
Miss Monroe in the motherfucking building.
Oh wow, that's what I like to hear. Good energy.
Holla. Oh my god.
And who else we got?
You got. I'm just your main man, Freddie B. That's it.
Just Freddie B, huh?
Yeah, I'm just your main man.
Out here throwing all you niggas off game.
That's what I like to hear, baby. Let's do it. And listen, for all you listeners out there who don't know how we have put this podcast together in the midst of a pandemic, let me be the first to tell you. We're bringing you all these feelings we have from the comfort of our homes. Well, at least me and Miss Monroe. Freddie B, where are you this week?
Oh, I'm currently in Cancun.
Wow, I guess Cancun must not be going that well, man. You said that like it was. I thought most people, I'm in Cancun, baby. It's having fun. Woo.
He said like he's at a funeral.
I'm in Cancun, you know.
Yeah, hey, man, I Hurricane Tropical Storm Gamma coming through, so it's looking like a movie outside right now, and not in a good way, not the good movie.
Oh dang, not in a good way, huh? It's messed up when they start naming a hurricane after like Greek letters and stuff like Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Epsilon. So you ain't got no more names. You gonna go Greek with it?
Right.
So yeah, we're putting the show together for you guys at home, all remotely, and we bring it together and give it to you and disseminate it on all our partners. So listen, if you like our show, send us a message. Our handles are in the description, and let us know how you feel about what we're doing. We'd love to have your feedback. And today, we're going to open up and give you some stories of our experience with problematic coworkers. This will be our absolute guide to dealing with them. So stay tuned. But first, it's time for that segment I like to call the Internet Never Lost. That's right.
This nigga, he want to be an evil villain so bad.
That's right. This is my attempt to navigate through the endless insanity of interconnectivity that brings us together and gives us shareable moments, like when our favorite celebrity goes viral for unintended reasons. Love it or hate it, the internet never ceases to evoke an emotional response. And this week, I have a special moment for y'all political junkies out there. Here are a few clips from CBS Miami, Fox News, and Bloomberg. Let's take a listen.
Now to some breaking news. Hope Hicks, one of President Trump's closest aides, has tested positive for COVID-19. Hicks serves as a counselor to the president and traveled with him multiple times this week. They were on Air Force One together for Tuesday night's debate and for a rally yesterday in Minnesota. President Trump says he and the First Lady are currently awaiting their test results. The president said Hicks likely got it from someone in law enforcement or the military, because they love to hug people from the administration.
She did test positive. I just heard about this. She tested positive. She's a hard worker, a lot of masks. She wears masks a lot, but she tested positive. And I just went out with a test. I'll see what, because we spent a lot of time, and the First Lady just went out with a test also. It's very hard when you're with soldiers, when you're with airmen, when you're with the Marines, and I'm with the police officers. I'm with them so much. And when they come over to you, it's very hard to say, stay back, stay back. It's a tough kind of a situation. It's a terrible thing. But it's very, very hard when you are with people from the military or for law enforcement, and they come over to you and they want to hug you and they want to kiss you because we really have done a good job for them. And you get close and things happen. I was surprised to hear with Hope, but she's a very warm person with them. And she knows there's a risk.
And as I said, Trump has tested positive for COVID-19. He and the First Lady will quarantine immediately.
First of all, who is hugging and kissing random people in the time of COVID? We're in a pandemic, people. Is this situation enough to make you quit your job? How would you feel if your coworker came to work and got you sick? Send us a message. Our handles are in the description, and let us know how you feel. This has been yours truly, T Staples, in this week's edition of The Internet Never Lost. Catch you next time. Okay, so Freddie B, Miss Monroe, what would you do if you got sick from your coworker?
It depends. It would depend on if it was one of those coworkers who, don't be washing their hands or be trying to, be all in your face. It depends.
Mm-hmm. Right. And then it depends on what you get, actually. Like, like say, for instance, I get mono. Then it's like, hold on, how I get mono?
Mononucleosis.
That's a myth, though. You actually can get that like you can a regular cold.
People
don't know that.
So people think they get it from kissing.
Yeah, they call it the kissing disease, but that's actually really not true.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, somebody can have mono and sneeze, and you can walk into it.
You can walk into a mono sneeze?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Well, I had it in college. Yeah,
okay.
but
How'd
also
you
too.
You walked into a sneeze?
It's still a mystery because my boyfriend didn't have
mystery.
it. And that's how I found out that it wasn't necessarily true that it's like a kissing disease that you only get it from them, because my boyfriend at the time was diabetic, and so I was like, okay, well, we really need to know because stuff like that affects his sugar levels, like when he gets sick. So I was like, all right, cool. Then I found out, I was like, all right, cool, you got to go to the doctor right now and make sure that you don't have it. And they said he didn't have it, so I'm like, okay, where could I have gotten it from? But at the time, I was working at the mall, so I could have got it from anywhere.
Well, you're at the mall. Yeah, you at the mall. People.
So you was kissing niggas at the mall, and then you came out with it.
You know what? I hope you get swept away in Gamma.
Oh my God.
Gamma,
Oh my
fine,
God.
Gamma, sweet. They could be doing it.
Man.
Yeah, Gamma 5, Gamma sweet, not the step, but the sweet. Gamma 5, Gamma. Gamma. Why is it called Gamma? I can't believe it. Gamma sound like some shit you get. Man, yeah, I got that new
Freddie
Gamma,
B got
man.
that Gamma.
Got that Gamma, man.
Yeah, man, got it from my coworker, man.
Yeah,
I got it from my
Theta Gamma.
coworker, Miss Monroe. Miss Monroe gave me that gamma.
He like the disease chicks.
Yeah. All right. You got something going on with you?
All right, so listen. Coworkers. This is what we're talking about today. Problematic coworkers. So, Miss Monroe, Freddie B, what has been your worst ever coworker experience, and how did you deal with it? Freddie B, go ahead, kick us off.
I mean, I guess I ain't gonna name the specific companies, but it was one company.
No, don't name the companies. No companies, no names. We don't need to.
Right.
Indemnity clauses or whatever they call it. Non-disclosures. Indemnity. Yeah,
Yeah.
You say the word. Say it again. Say it again.
Indemnity.
Indemnity. There we go. Say that word. There you go. Say it. Because I can't say it.
But it was one company I was working with, and I love what I did. It's just who I did it with, just wasn't really great.
That sounds freaky.
Bruh, I was trying not to say nothing.
y'all boys so freaky.
I was like, yo, that's getting. It's about to go down.
Y'all need to get y'all some action, man. Release y'all minds.
Hey, man.
COVID is the biggest cock blocker ever.
That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. The only thing you make love to is the wind right now.
Yeah, I mean that's about it. Yeah, but I know Miss Monroe said it's the biggest cock blocker, and you agreed. So it's cock blocking you too, T Stapes.
Man, COVID-19 ain't no. This some bull, man. We need to get out here.
It's cock blocking you. Okay, that's what's up, man.
Trying to get my thing wet. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you trying to get your thing? Oh, it's cock blocking you. Oh, you getting cock blocked?
Man, I'm just trying to get I need my shit. I need to dip my shit in the American pie.
Let's just move on to the actual story. Please. Let's just move on to the story, please. Fred, you were saying about this job.
Yeah. I mean, but I was working with some women that, it was like a group of them. They all were on the same page. And it was like a team. It was like they was all together, and it was be me by myself. I go into meetings and get totally ignored. Like I would talk and nobody would listen to me. But then everybody else around was like, oh, Fred is killing it. Fred is, doing this thing. But, I go into meetings, you would think I'm insignificant. But like nobody would listen to me. Nobody would talk to me. The only time people would talk to me is if they wanted to say like, oh, Fred, make sure you don't do this. And then they would tell me not to do something that I've never done before. And I'm like, why are y'all telling me not to do that? I know not to do that. And I've never done it before. I've never made that mistake. It's never happened. So, that was definitely the worst.
Yeah, that sounded like that was bad. I mean, and do you have any thoughts on what our listeners should do when they go into a situation where you're working with people who are not? It sounds like they didn't respect your opinion and what you brought to the table. How do you deal with it? How did you deal with that and manage working with them and get through the day to day?
I mean, like I said, thank God I enjoyed what I did, because that kind of kept my spirits up and my morale up to where it's like, okay, I enjoy what I did. So I was excited about doing that. Going back to the office and then dealing with them, that was a whole nother story. But half of my time was doing what I love to do. So, I mean, that's one of them things where you gotta find a way out. you gotta the whole time you there be, if you don't really enjoy what you do, you need to be finding another job, because you know what I mean. It ain't, because like I said, I was around 3-4 women, 3-4 people, multiple people who I had to work with, who they all like ganged up on me essentially, but it was nothing I could do because I'm the big black man and these are 3-4 little white women. So it's like the big black man can't come. And
do they have little white women syndrome?
Of course.
Little white women syndrome. Okay, well, I can see that.
Of course, they had all the stereotypical.
They were the stereotypical. Okay, got you. Gang bang on
Freddie. They were the Yep, it was stereotypical whole white woman thing. You know what I mean? So
you work with 3 Karens?
Ooh, were they 3 Karens?
Yeah, 4.
3 un-Karens.
Yeah, it was 4 Karens, because it was like one that would work with me like outside the office, and she was pretty bad. And then you had the 3 back at the office. So it was 4 Karens.
4 Karens, man. Y'all Karens, go sit down.
Young to old.
Go sit down, Karen. Go sit your butt down.
But that is always how it happens. Like, you either have a job that like you love your coworkers but you hate the job, or you love the job and you hate your coworkers. Like, you never get both.
Yeah.
So that's interesting you say that, Miss Monroe. If y'all had the choice, what would y'all choose?
Between if you like the job and hate the coworkers and like the job?
I'm gonna pick option C and work for myself.
Oh hell!
I said the same thing 2 different ways. Did you catch that?
What?
I said if you like the job, hate the coworkers like the job. It's the same thing. Just said
right.
2 different ways.
You said the same thing. So what would your choice be? Would it be I hate my job but love my coworkers, or I love my job but hate my coworkers?
I would actually do the love my job thing, because I can ignore my coworkers.
What about you, Miss Monroe?
I already said my answer.
Yeah, she said
no. Don't be making up stuff. Right here. I'm gonna choose option E. I'm gonna choose option E. I'm gonna go on a road trip. That's what I'm gonna do. So
I don't know.
I'm gonna choose option Z. Z your ass later.
I've had really, really crazy coworkers, so I can't just say that. Like how Thomas said, you can ignore them, because sometimes that's not like an option. So I don't know. That's why I said C. Because I've been in situations where like you got somebody literally trying to sabotage you. So
you say I'm not gonna be an employee no more. You can forget that.
I mean, because it's gonna be either one. Either I like my coworkers or I hate my job.
Okay, so being that you just said that, then it sounds like you had some pretty bad experiences, Miss Monroe. Mm-hmm. What has been your worst coworker experience you've ever had? Like who have you worked with has been the worst?
So let me tell y'all about this hoe.
Woo!
Cause she's straight. Like, don't nothing bother me more than somebody who just hates you for no reason.
Dang, a hoe. Like, was she a whole hoe, a half hoe? Was she like kind of?
She was a crackhead hoe, meth head hoe.
Oh, so she did drugs and was a hoe. I don't know if you want that, because they teepee falling.
Let me tell you, cause that's why she was a hater, because she fucked up her life and she hated on anybody else who had something going good for themselves.
Well, where were you working at? Were you working with drug addicts?
Yeah, wait.
So I was working under this larger company. This company that I worked for, I worked under the smaller company for like years, and I wanted to go part time.
So
and
like a parent, there was like a brother,
the parent company.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
And it's a nationwide company, so I've been able to move around under that umbrella too. But at the time, I wanted to go. I had just sold my my rental property, and I wanted to go part time. But the parent company, well, the smaller company I worked for, wouldn't allow me to do that. And the parent company had just opened up a cafeteria in the office park that we worked in. And I've never worked in fast food or anything like that before, but I was able to work part time and keep my pay. And I was making pretty good money. And I was like, okay, cool, I can do that. No holidays, no weekends. Like, usually part-time, you're going to have to do holidays and weekends. I was like, okay, cool, bet I'll take it. So I'm not going to lie, I wasn't the best at the job because I never worked in food before. And so I typically also used to always try to work jobs that wouldn't require me to be like really experienced in it, like working in it, like cause cooking at home and cooking in a restaurant is totally different. So I always try to work the register, I worked the sandwich bar or whatever, just something that was like easier that I could do quickly. And so this lady, you know, had worked in food service all her life. She never worked anywhere else. In fact, she even worked at another
food service lifer.
Yeah, she'd even worked another job outside of there where she, you know, worked at another restaurant. So up until like maybe about a month of me being there, we was cool. We ain't had no problems. We were working the sandwich bar one day, and she's telling me about she lived in a trailer park, but she had a house that she was renting. And she was telling me about the issues she was having with her tenant. I just sold my property. So I'm trying to give her some, you know, good friendly advice. I flipped my property and made a nice little chunk of change. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, cool, let me help you out. So after I tell her that, everything changes. She starts like being really mean to me. And then
you became the enemy.
I became the enemy.
Happens
because
all the time.
I'm younger than her, you know, because she was probably about her 40s or 50s. Here I am, you know, I think I had just turned 30 maybe.
No, you weren't even 30. Let's just go 20. Just
you know, honestly,
worse.
I might have been 29 for real. Honestly, I might have been 29, 30,
Let's
something
make it
like
worse.
that.
Yeah, make it real bad. There you go.
He's so stupid.
Dig that shit in.
So, and then the company I had worked for, before I switched to being underneath the parent company, just solely underneath them and not the smaller company, the CEO of the smaller company, I had made a, you know, kind of bonded with her, and she didn't know I had left. So when she saw me at the cafeteria, she came over to get lunch. She was like, oh my God, what's going on? And she was like, you know what? Let's have lunch one day. So I'm going to have lunch with this, you know, the CEO. And my supervisor, because I worked during the lunch hours most of the time, she had allowed me to work a split shift that day. And so old girl was fuming because of that. You know, here I am. I had to switch out of my uniform and, you know, put this nice little dress on, be all dressed up that day. And, you know, she saw me leave and go have lunch with the CEO and everything. And so like that stuff like that was just making it worse. So she gets to the point where she's trying to sabotage everything I do. So one of the ladies who worked on the team, she was an older lady. She had gotten sick. And so I started covering like some extra hours after her shift. Mind you, I'd originally signed up to be part-time on purpose. If I wanted to stay full-time, I could have stayed where I was at and worked my nice little office job. And so she would say stuff like, well, Monroe never stays after. And like my coworkers would be like, nigga, she was just stayed after yesterday. What are you talking about? She's been after every day. Or like I would watch her talk to the customers and say, well, you know, Monroe don't do this and Monroe don't do that. And I'm like, hold up, you got beef with me. That's one thing. Why are you talking to the customers and telling them that? What the fuck they got to do with it? They don't work here. Like, what are you doing?
Trying to get you to get some bad reviews from the customers. That's what she's doing.
She really was though.
Go and write a review and put Miss Monroe sucks on that review.
He's so stupid. And so then there was this other girl who worked there too, who she had already been beefing with, and she didn't like that we were friends with each other. So she used to lie and tell the supervisor that we was ganging up on her and all this type of stuff. And so it was just like the other girl had already was like, you know, I put my 2 weeks in because I saw him about to fight that bitch. So when she left, everything went to me. Now I do not play about my money. So I've never like left work early unless I was like dying sick. I had to leave work early one day because I was literally about to square up on her. Like they had to separate us.
Like you was gonna square up on somebody?
So like
yes,
for all my people like, of other cultures who don't know what square up means, they mean she's about to beat her that ass. Okay, cool, go ahead.
Because I had walked in on her talking about me, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just stay on this side of this. Like one of the other girls, she was like, you know what, this other chick I was working with, she was, I'm gonna say her name is Jay. Jay was like, look, stay on this side with me, stay away from her because I could see she's trying to pick on you. And there was another older lady who was saying the same thing too. She was like, just stay in the back today. But I was supposed to because they would make us rotate within the cafeteria. I was supposed to be out front. They was like, nope, just keep y'all away from each other because they had already had issues with her with the other girl who left. But the girl was like, you know, the other girl left, so basically that kind of stuff ended up being like water under the bridge. They kind of just let it go. But now that all her anger and everything is directed towards me, like she's acting crazy. And so she tried to lie and say that I threw something at her, and then I caught her out there saying something to a customer again about me, and I'm like, what are you doing? So as I go back there to tell my supervisor, like, look, I just want to leave early today. And I just got word from my old supervisor from the job I had just left under the same parent company. She was like, hey, they finally are letting us hiring people part-time. You can come back if you want to. So I was like, all right, cool. In my head, I'm like, well, I just need to buy my time until I can get everything settled and switch back because I'm going to hurt this bitch. So I go over to my supervisor and like, look, you know what? I'm just going to leave early today. I know I've been staying late trying to help y'all out, but I can't because I'm going to hurt her. As I'm saying that to her, she walks up behind me and starts making up all these lies. No, she was doing this and she's yelling. She putting her finger in my face. I was like, okay, I got to go. I got to go because I'm really about to lose my job and I'm about to get arrested because I'm about to hurt her because she's like, you too old to be doing all of this. Like, this is crazy. You have children that are my age.
Miss Monroe, how old would you say Meth Ho was?
She was about in her like late 40s, early 50s. She's a daughter that was my age.
So Meth Ho was against you at 28.
You keep trying to lower my age.
Right. She was like, she got Benjamin Button disease or something with time.
She looked like dead ass. She looked like Jim Carrey and Lemony Snicket, but with red hair.
So she was a Lemony Snicket looking motherfucker.
Like, she just looked old and decrepit. Like, she looked older than she actually was. I just couldn't believe it. Because she looked older than my mama, but...
She like the old dude in Family Guy that tried to rape all the little kids.
Ah, dang.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so Miss Monroe, what did you do to deal with meth hoe? I mean, can you give our listeners out there some advice on how they would deal with their meth hoes?
Square up on them, apparently.
Yeah.
No, just, I mean, if you can, keep your distance, but if you can't, you know, if I had been, because the thing about it was they tried to put the other chick who had left before, they tried to put most of it off on her and say that it was her fault. So luckily I was the second one, so they could see the pattern that it really was the other woman. So I mean, in that case, I mean, honestly, I don't know what you would do because I had that on my side that she had been showing previously that she was fucking crazy.
I mean, it seems like you can't do nothing about a meth hoe though. She on meth. That hoe on meth. What you gonna do?
Oh, and let me tell you. So then she started coming up with these mental issues that she had, which also made her impossible to fire.
Well,
which is another reason why.
Meth hoe, I mean, you know, they come up with meth. That's what meth do.
So yeah, so when people were trying to report her, it was like, oh, well, she's having mental issues. So that made that the company had to go through another set of hoops to try to get rid of her because they had to prove that it wasn't because of her mental illness and that it was other stuff, which is why she got to stay for as long as she did.
Damn, meth hoe was smart. I ain't never met a smart meth hoe.
Right. Yeah,
So,
she was smart as hell. She tricked all y'all niggas.
I'm like, if you that
she
smart,
working up there, yeah.
Please figure out how to get your ass up the damn trailer park. Like, use all this energy you using to try to fuck up everybody else's life and improve your own. Like, I don't understand. That makes no sense.
No, she's using that energy to keep the job so she could buy more meth. That's what she's doing. That's the extent of her intelligence. When it comes to fucking up her meth supply, that's when she gonna have to kill a motherfucker. But if you talking about getting about the trailer park, well, she ain't thinking about that. As long as the meth flowing, she hoeing, and that's all that matters.
Right. If she get up out the trailer park, that means her bill's gonna be more. That means less money for meth.
Less money for meth.
You know, I never thought about it that
that's
way.
Right.
You got a good point.
Trailer park is cheap. She's meth hoe eat that meth. Does she have teeth?
Oh, her teeth was half gone.
Because you know, I mean, I said it because a lot of people who are on meth, what I have noticed and observed is that something be going on with their teeth.
I have noticed.
Yeah, you know.
Thomas got best friends on meth.
I mean, I've seen people on meth. I'm like, oh wow, you don't have, your teeth are like you've been drinking coffee since you were 2. Jeez, okay, all right, I don't want to do meth. Let me stay away from whatever that is.
Biting on dynamite.
Right. What you do? Like one of them Looney Tunes, you know? You come out there with some dynamite and stick it in your mouth and boom, and your teeth fall out. Yeah, so, all right, so, you know, that's how you did. Listen, all y'all now know how to deal with meth hoe. So if y'all got a meth hoe in your life, you know, Ms. Monroe just gave you some good advice. Follow her advice. You know, square up on meth hoe and let them know. Oh, my bad. Back down.
That is not what I said. But yeah, that was my worst coworker. I've had other ones, but that was by far the worst I've ever had.
Okay. So, have you ever worked with somebody who has had an unbearable body odor, Freddie B? Like B.O. was just like on the hell no?
B.O. on the hell no.
B.O. on the hell no. You know, Jamie Foxx famously said that black people have a way of describing this type of odor. It's called God damn. You ever had somebody with some God damn stink? Freddie B?
I mean, like I said, with my manager, his breath was like, nigga. Like, it was like, you know, you get annoyed. You know, you look and you be like, you get immediately annoyed. I'm like, God.
So nigga became an action word there. He became an action word.
You know what I'm saying? You get annoyed. You know, he come and I know he wants to celebrate me and stuff like that, but then he like want to lean in because he was taller than me.
But can you celebrate like turn this way?
Right. I'm like, can you celebrate by text message or something like, or just give me a free pair of shoes? You could just, that's how you speak to me. But he was 6'5", 6'6", and then I'm 6'2". So then he like lean over and
so he's speaking over you. Mm.
Yeah, so you know, so he's creating this hot pocket. He creating this hot pocket of a just breath in my face because he leaned over and you know hot air rise to the top.
Exactly.
He leaning over, so
He
the
blowing
hot
it
air
low.
is just so he talking low, but it's just emanating right back up. But it is his head is in the way,
feel it.
and so the breath just stay. It just stay in that pocket. What? This nigga over here, you doing something else?
I can feel the hot breath. It's
I think he having a flashback. You got a coworker like that?
Yes. Oh yes. Man, I had one. I tell you my story. I had one, man. It was so crazy. We had just hired a gentleman, and he was a very nice guy, very sweet guy, well-meaning. And this is one of those situations where, when it comes to body odor, let me just tell people out there: you don't know what people have, what conditions they may have, what they may be going through at home. You know, this guy was a new hire, so it could have been a thing where he didn't have money before. He wasn't buying soap. He wasn't bathing regularly. Anything could have been it. But he came to work, and I remember I was working with a white girl, and she would come in, and like on days he'd be smelling bad, and she'd be like, yeah, he smelled kind of bad today. And she had it worse because she was sitting next to him, and they'd be real close to talking to each other. But it was days where she would come in, and it would be bad. And then some days when it was really bad, she'd come in and just look at me and just look and just stare and be like, it's really bad today. That's what she would say. It's really bad today. I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't understand.
I was like, I don't know what you gonna do. You sit next to him,
right? She'd be like, "Well, she would always include me. She was always like I had to be the one to say something. She'd be like, I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know how we should handle it. Like what should we do?
Can I ask the question? Is this the stinky coworker black?
Yeah, he's a black guy.
So they expect you to be like the black ambassador and go and be like, oh hey, bro, you.
So
stink.
what happened was there was another black person, a black female, who, she from the hood, she hood with her shit. She ghetto mamacita. And she was just like, listen, I'm going to go tell him. Because, I was like, well, you know what, ma'am? You go right ahead. And if you want to, burn that bridge. But what she ended up doing was she kind of threw everybody under the bus, which I thought was selfish as hell of her. She basically was like, people around here think you don't smell too good. I was like, oh, you're going to put everybody on the bus. No, tell him about what you think.
She tricked y'all.
She did. She went over here and she said people don't think, they think, the body odor is really obtrusive. People don't know what to say to you, but it's really tart.
I probably would have did the same thing.
I'm
like, Sarah says you stink. She sit right next to you. She says she's having trouble sitting next to you and
right.
It's making her tear up. Maybe you should have a conversation with Sarah. I'm just kind of trying to, bridge the gap between you two,
Well, so this is what I couldn't figure out, because he had a level of stench that was so high and it was so strong, it would pierce. It was more than funk. This was body odor at a whole nother level. And what ended up happening was it would be so strong that it would damn near have you thinking like you'd be tearing up being around him. Damn. And so it was really bad. I used to think real messed up thoughts about the guy. I used to be like, damn, did he shit on himself and just forget about it? Do you bathe in shit? Because I was curious. I did actually want to ask that question. Like, do you? Because there's different smelling soap. So maybe they had like the new shit scent from Africa or something. I don't know where it would be from.
Why gotta be from Africa though?
Right. Oh man.
I don't know. Man, have y'all smelled some of that shit they be trying to sell you on the streets, man? Get the fuck out of here.
I've never smelled anything bad.
I've smelled quite a few things that they were like, this is from the earth. And I be like, no, that's from somebody's ass. That don't smell like the earth. That is not earth, ma'am. That is not earth, ma'am. And I'm black as they get, but I'm just trying to tell you. That is not earth.
Actually, you're not, Thomas. You're not as black as they get.
I wasn't going to say nothing.
Well, not color-wise. Not color-wise, but as far as, where I'm from.
But as far as what?
Yeah, just my attitude where I'm from, all that. Yeah,
Nah.
I mean, because think about it. You don't get no black
from Africa.
That ain't black though.
You sound like Trump. You sound just like Trump right now, T-State.
Do you think Africa? Because I think there's a difference between Black American and Black Africans. I think there's a difference. I would say African is I would not be like black, because then you talking about color, skin tone. Yeah, of course. You got people that's damn near blue from Africa. You know what I mean? But I'm not talking about skin tone. I'm talking about personality. I'm talking about like and culture. Because there's African culture, then there's Black American culture. Those are two different things. I can't, and plus, if you're gonna talk about Africa, I can't walk around smelling like a ball of shea butter. You know what I mean? That just ain't my thing. But now, if you got some vanilla in there, a little lavender, I may have some scent added to it, but I'm not gonna like just shea butter as it is. Like, I don't like that scent is not the most pleasing. Like, it's a decent scent. It ain't a bad scent. You know what I'm saying? But have you smelled elephant shit? because that's from Africa, and they got a scent called elephant shit. You know, I'm not gonna wear that. I'm sorry. I don't wear guano. I don't wear elephant shit. I don't wear none of them scents.
Thomas, there's elephants in India too.
Do they sell elephant shit
Asia.
scents in India? That's all I need to know.
Don't nobody sell that, Thomas. Stop lying.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, 116
Who sell that?
116th Street in New York City. That's in Manhattan. 116th in Manhattan. There is there's a shop. I forget if it's like African. It's an African market off of 116th and Lenox. If you go down 116th and Lenox, then right off of there, going towards, there's a fish market, and then there's an African. What do you call it? Like, I think it's like not a bazaar, but it's like a shop. And I was in there smelling one, like,
And the name of the scent is elephant shit.
No, I don't think that's the name of it. I think he just said that's essentially what it came from. Like that's the essence of it. He was like it's elephant shit. I was like, oh, okay, thank you for telling me. I don't want to wear that then.
Thomas, what stores you be going to? This nigga Thomas. Tuesdays, what stores you be going to? Like, you go to the stores where they sell elephant shit, must.
Hey, man.
They sell all the human offensive scents. They
Let me
sell.
tell you something. I'm an adventurer, man. I'm a traveler, baby. I
got a feeling I'm gonna go over there and I'm like, yo, y'all got some elephant shit scent, and the dude gonna be ha 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 ha. Oh, I know. You must know big light skinned man. He come. He say, and I tell him this is elephant shit. He believe me. He leave. Oh, you know him. Tell him Umbuzu said he is stupid American man.
Hey, man, he probably got it. Yeah, I could see that because I was over there real curious. I was looking like, oh, what's this?
Right.
I was looking real curious, so they probably did get my ass,
And then you start talking. He heard your accent. And he like, oh, he's not from here.
He's not from here. He's not New York. I will take advantage of him now. This is from Africa. Elephant shit. You'll love it. Trust me. Rub it. The women love it. You smell so bad. They love it. You're the bad is smelly. Remember the Nicki Minaj she bad? No, this is worse. I can see it, man. Well, listen.
That is stupid.
My thing for all y'all out there who listening, what you do if you got a coworker with real bad body odor, send somebody else to fix it. That's what you do. Man, it seems we have way too many feelings today about the people with bad body odors. So listen, if you like what we're doing, send us a message. Our handles are in the description. And Freddie B, what else you want them to do?
Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Wherever you listen, you can subscribe, download it, so you get the episodes first. You get them first, and you can lock in and make it do what it do.
There you go. And let us know how you feel about what we're doing. We love to have your feedback. This has been a great one. I've been here with
Mr. Monroe, the motherfucking building still, nickel.
all right, and your boy.
My name is Freddie B. Thanks, guys. I had fun.
Hey, it's yours truly, T Staples. And make sure you catch us next time right here on TMF, where we have too many feelings. Peace.